Hey, boys and girls, I am so sad I'm not able to be with you guys today, but I know that you're having a great day with Miss Redmond, as you always do, and I appreciate you being patient with me as we figure out what's going on with May. She's okay, but I just needed to take her back to the doctor to get a checkup again today. So, anyway, as you eat your snack, hopefully you have out your language arts notebook, and if you don't have a language arts notebook, you can use your reading notebook or your reading journal, the green one, or a fresh sheet of paper from the back. Today, I want to get started practicing the long E sound. We hear it a lot in our reading and writing and in our everyday speech. But in writing, I want to go over a spelling trick for you guys that gets me a lot. And we got stuck on it yesterday a little bit when we spelled the word archery. And I wanted to give you a new explanation. So let's practice the long E sound. You ready? E, Jeep, E. E, good. E-A, eat, E. E-A, eat, E. Good. And E-Y, E. No. E-Y, key, E. E-Y, key, E. Okay, good job. But we know that there are other ways to make that long E sound. Like, any hands raised? Is anybody thinking of a connection with E, consonant E? Yep. And what about the Y that says the long E sound? Excellent. Okay, so today's word that we are going to write down, and I know you guys are going to like this one. It's a 2-syllable word. Whisper it. Very good. Go ahead and write this on your notebook at the very top, next to that big white margin at the top. In your neatest handwriting, look, P and Y are fall letters, so make sure they look like that on your paper. And then O and N are small letters, so don't have them really big. The word is pony. Very good. Now go ahead and do your syllable trick, whether it's a clap, whether it's with your chin or a breath. See if you can figure out how to divide these syllables. I've already told you there are two. Pony, pony, pony. Now we know that O is a long O sound, right? So we know that this is going to be an open syllable. Well, open syllables stop before the consonant usually, unless it's a rule breaker or a vowel team. But we can see this is not a vowel team. So we would divide it into 2 syllables, P-O being opened, and N-Y also being open because it has the long E sound, pony. Today's lesson is focusing on this fabulous Y, and a trick that we can now use as spellers. The trick, I'm not going to tell you the trick. I'm going to see if you can figure it out. I'm going to tell you 3 words that you're going to spell. You're going to sound them out, spell them at least 2 ways, and circle the way that sounds right to you. Okay, the first word is penny. Penny. I found a lucky penny on the road. Penny. Tap it out, or find your syllables. Penny. Good, I hear 2. P, E, N, E, P, E, N, E. Ah, I heard the 2 syllables P, E, ed, N. Spell it P-E-N first. Good. Knee. We've got another N and a long E sound. Well, that's the one that we're kind of focusing on. So I'm going to use the trick that we learned with pony and just put a Y. But I know sometimes, like yesterday when we were talking about archery, some of us thought it would be an EY. So I'm going to write the same word, P-E-N-N, and then I'm going to try an EY. Which one looks right to you? As the good reader you are, choose which one you think is correct. Something about this just doesn't seem right to me. The correct spelling is penny. P-E-N-N-Y only. Okay, now think about back when we did the syllables. Penny, penny. Well, this is a short vowel sound, right? Like Ed. Okay, so we know it's going to be a closed syllable, and a closed syllable has a consonant afterwards. Well, it's a double consonant, so we always divide the syllable in between those two consonants. So I'm going to write a good line right there so you can see them. Mark this up on your paper as well. Make sure your paper looks like or better than my slate, please, because this is a little messy. All right, now we're going to scoop this up and call this a closed syllable because we know that short vowel E lets us know that. But in Y, it's the same thing. It's open, and it gives us that long E sound, right? You can't see my little long E line. There we go. Very good. Okay, I'm going to erase mine. You leave yours on your paper. The next word, I'm going to leave pony as an example there. The next word is the word silly. Silly. Hazel is getting to be so silly with her facial expressions. She's hysterical. I've got to make a movie for you guys sometime. The word is silly. Go ahead and find the syllables. Say it slowly. Silly. Silly. Oh, you know what I hear in that first syllable? Let's tap it out. It, like itch, right? Ill. Ah, and then e. Okay, so my first syllable, I hear the S, I hear the I, good, and the L, good. It's a short vowel I, isn't it? So we know it's going to be a closed syllable. Very good. But then in the second syllable, silly, I hear the L again, and that long E sound. This time, I'm going to try the EY, because maybe the penny just looked weird because it was too many E's. It's not quite right. Well, we know that usually EY is the way you spell a long E at the end of a word. So now I'm going to try the Y. Which one looks better to you? You're right. It's the one with just the Y. And we can break it up into syllables. Closed with a short vowel sound. Long E. Open. Go ahead and mark yours up on your paper. All right, I've got one more word for you, and then we're going to see if you can guess what the rule is. All right, take out this silly right here. You want me to leave this one so you can see how you marked it up? Okay, make sure your paper looks like mine, but it should also have penny. All right, and the last word is taffy. Taffy, like that sweet, fruity, sticky candy. Gets all stuck in your teeth, which drives me crazy, but oh, does it taste good. Okay, taffy. Let's find those syllables. Are you ready? Taffy. Taffy. I hear two. Do you? Good. Let's tap out the first syllable. T. Apple. T. F. I know those letters. You do too. T. A. F. Right? Sorry, that A looked weird and then I made it worse. All right. Taffy. I hear the F. And I hear a long E. So I'm going to try a Y because that's been working really good for us. But let's give it one more try. EE and EA don't usually end at the end. And I don't have any reason to think that it would be E consonant E, right? T-A-F-E-F-E. That definitely looks wrong, so it's not E consonant E. So let's try the EY again. T-F-E. That doesn't look right either, does it? This one's correct again with just the Y. Let's break it in between its syllables. We know that that A is a short vowel sound, so that makes this what kind? You can say it. Closed syllable. Good. And that Y has the long E sound, so that makes it what kind of syllable? Long E. Good. No. Open. It is a long E sound, but it's an open syllable. A long E syllable, not a thing. Made it up. Okay, so I'm going to focus our attention now to the 4 words we've talked about today. And let's do a little notice and wonder, okay? The first word is pony. check out your spelling of it in your notebook or on your paper. The second word was penny. Notice the circled correct spelling that we chose. Next was silly. Again, take a look at your work. Make sure it's easy to read. If it's not, check your writing. And then the last word was taffy. What do you see that these words have in common? I bet the first thing your eye was drawn to was that a single Y is making the long E sound at the end of every word. Now look more closely. Think about how we divided these words into syllables. Pony, 2 syllables. Penny, 2 syllables. Silly, 2 syllables. Taffy, 2 syllables. Are you seeing a connection? The rule is that when you have a 2-syllable word that ends with a long E, it is almost always spelled with the Y only. So, 2 syllables that end with a long E. 2 syllables plus a long E at the end equals Y only. And there's a little math with your language arts today, you guys. Okay, as a quick test, I want to try 2 more words for you. Now that you know the rule, I want to try a couple of words, 2 words to test yourself. Are you ready? We're going to test yourself. Should have had these written down already. All right. The words we're going to try today are granny. Go ahead and do the syllables. Granny. I want you to mark it up. Divide syllables if there's more than one. Scoop the syllable types. Show me what the vowels sound like. Granny. All right. And the next word I want you to write is the word key. Key. I have a key to the school. Divide the syllables if you need to. Mark it up. And let's see how you did. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go. Miss Redmond, if you need to pause it right now, you're welcome to, so people have time to work. Both words have the long E at the end, but I wonder which word follows our rule and which one does it not apply to. The first word was granny, and you guessed it, granny. That's 2. Gran. And look, that A is a short vowel sound, so the first syllable is open. The last syllable has that long E. It's open, and because it's a 2-syllable word that ends with a long E, the long E sound is spelled with, you got it, a Y. The next word was key. Key. That's 1 syllable. Would this make sense? That doesn't look right at all, does it? That's because it's not a 2-syllable word. It's a 1-syllable word, so you can't just have the Y. Key, as in the key to the school, is spelled K-E-Y. It is a single long vowel. Come on. It is a single closed syllable with a long E. You guys did great. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I can't wait to see the writing that you complete today when I get back tomorrow, hopefully. Remember, today's your last day to work on this piece, so make sure you're using that checklist. Make sure that you have a good conclusion and that you are editing for punctuation and capitalization in your complete sentences. Great job today, you guys.